Hello and welcome to Tournament Central from the OTB Open, presented by MVP Disc Sports in Stockton, California. Happy Mother's Day to all of you watching. And if you haven't had a chance to call and thank your mother or the mother figure in your life, there is still time. You don't even have to tell them. We reminded you. Grant Zellner alongside Zoe Andyke. She's on the ground there at Swenson Park. We are ready for a hot and steaming final round here in Stockton. We expect the weather to heat up even more than it did yesterday. We also expect sizzling play on the course, right, Zoe?
That's absolutely correct. Yesterday was action-packed, and we saw Paige Pierce pull ahead by 4 strokes from the field. Not to say that Ella Hansen wasn't hot on her tail. She was definitely paying attention to the scores, but Paige absolutely showed us that she's not feeling an injury pain. She is focused and dialed, and she's hungry for the podium finish. She wants to defend those titles.
Zoe, for those who maybe weren't able to join us on Friday or Saturday, what is it about Paige's game that is working so well? It led to, at one point, 10 birdies in a row in yesterday's round.
Well, and again, it's the laser focus. This is a champion, a seasoned champion with lots of experience, and you really just can't read a book or take a college class to understand the experience that Paige has and how she's able to connect the dots and do what she needs to do to stay on top. She has found her stride, and she's very confident in it.
This course can jump out and bite. Lots of bogey or worse opportunities around the course. One of the things that Paige has done better than just about anyone else in the field is avoid bogeys and avoid those OB penalties. She's controlling the disc not only at the beginning of the flight, but at the end of the flight, able to shape these backhands into these tight greens. She's going to have to probably go for some circle twos today. Do you think Paige is going to be watching the scoreboard and choosing her risk reward based on what others are doing?
Again, that experience gives Paige, I think, enough mental capacity to really know where everybody's at. Once in a while, you might see her check her phone, especially approaching those final 4 to 5 holes. But Paige knows exactly where every single one of her competitors is at and where she is. We heard her talk about how she almost took a bogey on hole 16 yesterday, but she was able to calm those thoughts right before the comebacker putt and put it in. I think the experience alone is going to give Paige the major advantage today.
A motivated and emotional Paige Pierce spoke with us after her round yesterday.
The first drive, we talked yesterday, I think, after about like game plan, and I was like, oh, same game plan, and there were a few changes like that I wasn't even expecting, but it was just so calm today. Like there was no wind, and also, I played a lot of practice shots, but certain holes I like, wow, I didn't even try my buzz here. I should try that. But I was just there was a lot of emotion on the course today, and I just was really amped. And tournament power really was real. So I was kind of sailing past some baskets, and so changing game plans and clubbing down and just being able to hit it harder and take some aggression off into the disc instead of outward. And yeah, it was just like fueled by just motivation. I mean, even 14, that was my first missed drive, but I still found myself around 50 feet and feeling like, oh, this is a good spot to be, because if I make this putt, I'm a hero. If I miss it, nobody cares. And I hit the band, skipped past it, and I had a little bit of a moment right there on 14's comebacker putt where I'm like, no, you can't take a bogey now. And then a hummingbird landed on the chains, and I was just like, I'm not missing this putt. And so I made it, and then the next hole, I guess that's when reality started kicking in of like, oh, I haven't had a bogey today. And then so on that drive on 15, I just didn't quite commit to it. And it came out early, but that's why I threw the sole on that disc, on that shot, because it's never going to hyzer out left. So when I saw that I was safe and I got the uphill green, definitely was running that one. The putter just felt so good today. I really didn't really see my putter hit the ground until like 2/3 of the way through the round. So still wanted to run that one and made the comebacker there as well. And yeah, I don't know. It's going to be a round I think about for a while. I've been thinking about this all day long. I wanted to shoot a good round so I could get an interview, and talk about bigger things than disc golf, you know, like humanity. Just be nice to humans. Like, everyone's a freaking human being.
It always amazes me, Zoe, the way a pro is able to remember every single shot during the course of a round in detail. That can be 50, 60, 70 throws, and they remember all of the details about all of those. Paige, very self-aware right now, so much so, even added in some comments at the end of her interview, asking those in the greater disc golf sphere to just be nice to each other. I really am impressed with her state of mind right now.
A very powerful message sent out from our 5-time champion in Paige Pierce. She just simply wants everybody to be nice to one another. I think taking a look quickly behind the scenes, where that comes from is the fact that Paige wants to focus. Paige wants to be here. She wants to create a quality experience for fans behind the screen and here spectating live. She wants to see disc golf resonate love with everybody. And I think that the fact that she took a few minutes and wanted to state that during the interview just absolutely shows how she's able to rise above some serious pressure when things are going on outside of her round and stay focused and dialed.
Well, having said all that, it's not a done deal for Paige Pierce, not just yet. She's got players nipping at her heels, including Ella Hansen and others just a few strokes back. We will get a chance to hear from Paige's closest competition right after this break on the Disc Golf Network. With its unique taste and texture, you can rest assured that Double G Craft Jerky will satisfy your craving for an amazing jerky experience every time. Every bag of Double G Jerky sold contributes to the Double G Children's Foundation, which helps support youth disc golf. Visit doublegjerky.com and use coupon code DGPT on your order and get a free 1-ounce bag of jerky with your order.
Back-to-back champion, Katrina Allen.
She's done it. Kristen Tatar.
Champion, Oakland and Austin.
Paige Pierce.
Welcome back to Tournament Central from the OTB Open on this Sunday, Mother's Day. Thanks for joining us. We're just minutes away from live disc golf action where many will be in hot pursuit of Paige Pierce. The closest, Ella Hansen, who birdied the last hole yesterday to pull to within 4. This was Ella after her opening or second round.
Honestly, got a little distracted. There was some protesters that were there and talking, and it was a little upsetting to me based on my beliefs, and kind of razzed me a little bit. But I just have to tell myself, I'm still trying to play a good round of disc golf, and I feel like I did a pretty good job of collecting myself. I knew I was throwing the disc really well. It was just really with the putting that was feeling off, and yeah, I got it together a couple holes in, so that felt good.
Birdied hole 18 to close that gap to 4. At what point do you stop kind of thinking about only your game in the course and you start thinking about Paige and closing that gap here?
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's a tough balance for me. Like I said, I feel like I have struggled when I'm trying to kind of play, think about what other people are doing, and so I think for me, I just really want to trust my game, and I think that there's a few holes toward the end of the round that if I'm in contention, I'll give more of a run at that, laying up on 17 today, and if I have a chance to give 16 an eagle run, I probably will if I'm close. But I think for the most part, I play better when I'm trying to play my game. So obviously I'll, try to win tomorrow and check those scores. But yeah, I think I just really need to, in order to play well, I just need to focus on my own game.
That birdie to finish up on 18 yesterday, where Paige took a par, was huge. It brought Ella to within 4 strokes of the leader, and Zoe holes 17 and 18, 2 of the 3 most difficult holes on the course yesterday, 2 of the 4 most difficult holes on the course on Friday. It is not a done deal, even if the leader has a couple of strokes on those pursuing. Ella's chances late could be right there for the taking.
That's right. And I think finishing with a birdie on 18 really says volumes about where Ella has grown into. She has this experience in the ultimate Frisbee world of being a world champion and a nationally renowned player. Now she finds herself a couple years into the tour. She's been in top card and chase card situations, but right now she's chasing the champion from the second position, and she's got to stay within her own game. And hearing that interview tells me that Ella has the experience to focus on herself, and now taking these opportunities in the world of disc golf and really capitalizing them is the goal.
As Brian Earhart likes to say, she's spinning the disc well in both directions, the forehand looking just as pure as the backhand during the course of her round yesterday. Another player that is in the hunt with a different approach to getting around this long track at Swenson Park, Owen Scoggins. Let's hear from Owen.
I'm quite comfortable with my putting, and another great another great card. Nice day, a little bit hot. It just, I don't know, it's just something in the air. I just feel like it's so make me happy, and then I play with the great competition in my card, so I'm very happy. It's just happy. So you know what, we're gonna give her a 2 big thumb up because she's a 5-time world champion, and I always know like she gonna smash this course as long as when she click with her game. Yesterday was like not her best perform, and when today she walked to the course, she's so confident, and this woman can bring like the best game. Everybody know that. So for me, I already know she's gonna play good, and I just have to worry myself, and I keep my head high and just focus in my game. And anybody can do bad or good, but I will not let them affect my game, and just do my thing. And like I said, who win, I'll be happy for that person because they deserve it.
Zoe, Owen mentioned playing with a great card. That same foursome will be the last to go out today. You have been with that card throughout the weekend. What has the vibe been amongst that foursome?
Oh, purely, I would say, sportsmanlike conduct, and then even happier vibes than anything. These ladies are encouraging each other. They're having fun throwing their Frisbees. They're righteously clapping for good shots, and keeping within themselves when somebody's struggling. And that's all a professional athlete could ever ask for on a golf card. So keeping in your own game and sticking to yourself is what a professional's duties are. And then beyond that, from Paige's interview, from Owen's own mouth, enjoying, having fun, and supporting one another makes everybody play better. So this card is going to bring the hype and the energy. I also think we're going to see some hot scores. This card was vibing yesterday.
I have no doubt that we are about to see not just one, but two great finishes today. Things very, very close on the MP side of this tournament as well. We will preview the MPO round that will be coming up later on this afternoon. We'll do that right after this break on the Disc Golf Network.
What makes the Halal Guys so deliciously different? You might have heard of our famously long cart lines that NYC fans happily stand in. Today, with over 100 plus restaurants across the globe, we are your place to experience authentic American halal. Enjoy our delicious falafel, Euro sandwich, platters, and sides topped with our famously flavorful white and hot sauces. Order online today and taste how we make different so delicious. The Halal Guys, bringing something deliciously different to the table.
And we are joined live with Matthew Rothstein from the PDGA. Let's first talk about the competition. It's Sunday. It's the final day of competition. What are your thoughts?
Well, I got to speak to Owen and Ella yesterday in their post-round interviews, and both of them paid a lot of respect to Paige. They know what she's capable of. They know the dominant force that she is out here. But at the same time, both of these women have a lot of experience. They have both gotten a number of podium finishes, and if Paige slips up even a little bit, I know that they're both eager to capitalize on it. Owen especially, so many close finishes in the FPO division. She's a Masters World Champion. She knows how to win big events, so I know it would mean the world to her to get that opportunity. We saw last year Paige had a 10-stroke lead going into the final round, came very close in the end. So, with 4 shots between her and Ella, 5 between her and Owen, really, anything could happen today.
That's right. All right, and for the PDGA checking in on the other side of the world, tell us what's going on this Sunday.
Well, all eyes are on the OTB Open. There are, believe it or not, 95 other events going on around the world right now, PDGA events. So every day there are more and more events, and we just want to let people know that we have an event support helpline that's out there to assist any TDs out there running events. They are staffed 7 days a week, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Time. So TDs can reach out to them, setting up their events, during the middle of the event, after the event, all aspects of the events. Our team is there to support them and really just trying to help grow the game from the grassroots and encourage TDs to get out there and run these events.
Wow, and with 95 events happening in the same day, I think that providing this 24-hour, 7-day-a-week hotline is probably the best move for the PDGA.
It's a great move. Now, not 24 hours a day, 9 to 5, but they can reach out 24 hours a day, and we're staffed 7 days a week.
That's right. Support is there from the PDGA. The growth of the game is super real, and be sure to take advantage of all the resources out there as we are growing this game and creating more and more professional athletes for the Disc Golf Pro Tour. We're excited to see how the action unfolds on Championship Sunday down here in Stockton, California. Back up to you, Grant.
Thank you, Zoe. And thank you, Matt. Now, as promised, a preview of this afternoon's MPO action.
I was thankful to be able to calm the nerves and be able to pull through in the way that I did and hit some putts. It's such a mental battle out there for me on the green right now. And so to come back strong on 16, I let a lot of emotion out, and something just took over for me right there.
Same game. The The driving is where I'm excelling on this course, so if I just keep putting my drives near the basket, give myself plenty of opportunities, I know that I'll score well out here. So I'm going to try to think about it too much, try to zone worlds out, because that whole thing. But for the most part, I've been in this position before, so I know what it's like, know what the nerves are, and hopefully I learn something there, and we'll be able to perform tomorrow.
I think it's going to be a little bit more windy tomorrow, so the keys are going to be stay safe and not go crazy. Like play my game plan, and hopefully like 5 down. I think it's gonna be a good score, and I will be able to stay in the top 10.
Oh, I mean, I didn't shoot 18 under, so there's always room for improvement. But same mindset tomorrow. Just throw the shots that I know I can throw, and see what happens.
You just heard from your 4 leaders, those that will go out on the final card of the day: Aaron Gossage, Emerson Keith, Jakub Semerad, and Cole Radalin. They will lead the way, but not by much, Zoe. We have seen multiple winners from the chase card this year, and we've got one, Calvin Heinberg, who played his way up to the chase card. He'll be able to look just behind him on the course and see exactly what the leaders are doing as they make their way through the round. I think it will be a very, very exciting round, playing a course that has a lot of danger, as you've seen, Zoe.
That's right. And we've heard it across the board, MPO or FPO. Take it from the best in the game. Stick to your game plan and play your game of golf. That's the only way to find the top of the podium.
Very, very few rounds have been completed this weekend in either field that have gone bogey-free, so there are always opportunities for 2 shot swings or even more. That means you're going to want to stay tuned the entirety of both the morning and afternoon action right here on the Disc Golf Network. One of the players we haven't discussed that will be going off in the final card in the FPO field, Emily Beach. She held her own yesterday and retained her position on the lead card. She wants that podium finish on the Disc Golf Pro Tour. We'll talk about her chances on the other side of this break.
Practice. It's the difference between good and great. Distractions are obstacles. Eliminate them and see how far you can go.
Drama all the way to the final hole. Kristen to win the Waco Annual Charity Open. She's done it! Kristen to tar.
My name is Garrett Gerthy, and I'm the founder of Double G Craft Jerky.
I love the fact that it's resealable. I can just get a little bit, keep my energy levels up, but not eat like a half of a meal in the middle of my round.
My favorite bag is the smashed cracked pepper. That's my perfect salty snack.
This is my go-to, the Sexton Sweet and Spicy. If this bag gets open, there's no need for the seal because I'm gonna eat it all.
You're back with Tournament Central at the OTB Open, presented by MVP Disc Sports. Grant Zellner and Zoe Andike were minutes away from live disc golf action on the Disc Golf Network, and one of the players that we will watch today is Emily Beach. Emily shot a very hot round in round number 1, kept it together yesterday, overcame some adversity. She's the only lefty in contention, and that bodes well for her, the way certain shots set up for that left-handed spin around this course. 4 strokes off the podium, and has a chance to podium for the first time here at an elite event. What does she have to do?
Well, I just have to point out, Grant, what an impressive performance with all of the cameras, the gallery growing throughout the day, which was also very exciting for the OTB Open. But Emily Beach keeps it together. Very, very limited mistakes around the course, and really keeping her focus, keep playing inside of her game. And it's also very, very cool that we have the opportunity to see how the lefty attacks this course. Some people call it the sidearm line, but it is the lefty-friendly game, and Emily has all of the distance to be able to match these shots that Ella Hansen and Paige Pierce are throwing. Emily Beach definitely wants her top 3 podium finish, and she's going to be hungry, coming out excited to try to capitalize on opportunities today.
As we see highlights of Emily from earlier in the weekend, we see just how many circles, edge, and beyond putts a player needs to be making in order to be in contention on this long track at Swenson Park. Emily has been very, very good from that range, needs to keep it up in order to stay in contention. Another player in the hunt is Katrina Allen. She played her way up about 6 positions yesterday. She's in a tie for 5th. She's 10 back of the leader, but in the hunt for at least a podium. And with Katrina Allen, you can never count her out. Despite a double bogey at the 9th yesterday, birdies everywhere else on the scorecard. What is it that's keeping her from succeeding, and will she be able to overcome that in today's final round?
Well, I think she's already started that venture down trying to overcome. I think round 1, she definitely was disappointed, but round 2, she came back tenacious and hungry. She did start capitalizing on putts. Only one really troubled hole in her entire round yesterday. I mean, we almost had to send cameras to watch Katrina Allen because she was picking up birdie after birdie. I know that Katrina has everything inside of her to shoot a flawless round, stick to her game plan, and put out some incredible distance rollers and air shots. Never count Katrina Allen out of it. She is, behind Paige, one of the most experienced players in this entire FPO tour. And Kat's not going anywhere. Kat is a competitive athlete that wants to stay on top. Chase card win is very much in her wheelhouse.
3 separate turkeys during her round yesterday, 3 separate times, 3 birdies in a row. She'll have to take some extra risks today, but if there's one person that can pull off some of the shots it's going to take, it is definitely the 2-time world champion, Stacey Haas, also on the chase card. We haven't said her name very often, but she has got game. She was absolutely clean until the 18th, an unfortunate double, I think it was, on the 18th, but otherwise a very clean weekend for Stacey Haas. What do you like in her game, Zoe? People may not be as familiar with Stacey.
Yeah, Stacey, one of the newer players. We saw her a few times making her debut on the Disc Golf Network last year, and she's coming out and playing a lot more of these tour events this year. Stacey's young, but Stacey very much is focused. She's focused on her game and up-and-coming talent. We're seeing her throw some really far distance shots, and again, just growing and refining in her game. So we're only going to see Stacey's play, in my opinion, go up. She's a very solid competitor. We're seeing that she's got the confidence and she's not being shaken by the cameras. So young talent that actually has just got eyes on the prize. That gives Stacey a lot of advantage right there.
We are just seconds away from live disc golf action. The chase card, Zoe, somewhere in your vicinity, making their final preparations to tee off on what sounds like it will be a hot day, not only in terms of the play. It sounds like it may be a little bit warmer than it even was yesterday. Players will have to deal with those challenges. Any quick final thoughts, Zoe, before we take everybody to the live action?
Well, I just have this hunch that we're going to see some incredible distance rollers today. It is hotter, but there's absolutely zero wind at this moment. So I'm looking forward to seeing those distance roller shots slap down and a lot of action here on the Disc Golf Network.
If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to get over to the discgolfnetwork.com so that you don't miss any of the action today. For Zoe Andyke, I'm Grant Zellner, sending you to the FPO final round. We'll see you afterwards.